Quickly introduce Miss Chloe here, one of our favorite patients at Lifetime Orthodontics. Chloe asked if she could interview me for a competition. HOSA, is it? So it's HOSA.
Yes.
And so she explained it to me again. You compete.
Yes, compete against. Well, if you compete against yourself and other schools, and you can go to regionals and like states and nationals.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Competing against yourself yesterday, being better than yourself yesterday.
Yeah.
I love that. Anyways, okay, so she's gonna go to nationals and her thing is on orthodontics.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to interview in orthodontics. So here I am.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did I sum that up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, pretty
All
good.
right. But in general, we do, it's orthodontics and dental facial orthopedics. So orthodontics means like straightening teeth, right? Dental facial orthopedics more and deals with more like moving bone, moving the jaws, orthopedics, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we deal with a lot of growth and development. So a lot of our job is in here. It's the knowledge and understanding of how people grow, how they develop. But then there's also the component of the physical mechanics of it. This is why I love this job so much. It's like a blend of like biology and just like science and everything. You know, it's crazy. But then there's the whole other like psychology part of it, like patient management and trying to get them to do the right things. And there's, you know, if you're a practice owner, there's that whole business aspect of it. So that's a loaded question, Chloe. I don't know. Did I?
Yes. Yeah, that's
answer
good
it?
enough. Yes. Yes, for sure. Don't worry.
Right.
What personal qualities and abilities are needed to be an orthodontist?
To get here, because I mentioned the long road to get here, I'd say perseverance. Definitely, you need to be a lifelong learner. You need to enjoy learning. Patience, different from perseverant. Patience, just it's a long road, but then also just patience with yourself. There's a lot to learn. A little bit competitive, like you said, with yourself, trying to be better than yourself yesterday. Compassion, that should have been my first one, because that's really when you get to your first year of dental school, med school. I mean, typically the one thing everybody has in common is you're there because you want to help people. So compassion.
Yeah. Where did you go to school?
So I went to Western Michigan University.
Western and Michigan?
Western Michigan.
Oh, Western
so out in
Michigan.
Kalamazoo.
Yes.
Why? I don't know. I went and I visited the school. I loved it there. It was far away from home, so I was ready to bust
Is that
out.
where you did your undergrad?
Yes, I did my undergrad there,
Okay.
and I got a bachelor's in. It was basically pre-med, pre-dental, but my bachelor's was in biomedical sciences.
Dental school.
So then I went to. I took a master's program at Wayne State. In between that. So I went to Wayne State for a year to work on a master's, and then I applied again the following year, and then I went to Detroit Mercy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Detroit Mercy for dental school.
Isn't there only 2 dental schools in Michigan?
There is 2 in Michigan.
So
Some states only have 1, some have more,
really?
but yeah, so we have 2, one at the University of Michigan and one at Detroit Mercy.
Cool.
Yes. Working conditions are amazing. I have this awesome team that I get to hang out with every day. I have awesome patients. Most of them really enjoy coming in. It's a fun atmosphere. You come in here all the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Always
always have a good
fun.
time.
Yeah, I love coming.
You know, you got tons of people coming in. You're trying to accommodate everybody. Everyone doesn't want to miss school and, you know, or miss work. And, you know, we try our hardest to accommodate everybody, but we also need to make sure we're scheduling them at the right time so I can do the best possible work. Now, the physical conditions, it can be a little strenuous. You know why? It's for the orthodontist, for me, and for many other orthodontists, we're really hands-on. We're working. I am, at least. There's some orthodontists that are less hands-off, but I'm in there. I'm bent over, so that kind of condition. I do a lot of yoga to compensate for that, so that really helps out. But the emotional and mental condition for orthodontists, I think relative to other types of specialties, is that we see a lot of patients. So we're seeing maybe 50 different people and their families and team members. So we have, and they're all high energy, cognitive interactions. So at the end of the day, when I get home, I don't want to talk to another human. I love humans, but it's like, it's hard to handle all that emotion and energy and
for
keep
sure.
and keep it your peak at the whole day.
Yeah.
So that part of it I think goes unnoticed, but it is challenging. You can ask any orthodontist.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of being an orthodontist?
The advantages: you get to improve people's lives. You get to improve their confidence, improve their smile. For some people who have more drastic issues, I mean, you change their entire life. I mean, some people that can't even bite down, some people with some TMD issues. I mean, that is very rewarding. Beyond the orthodontics and sitting in my orthodontic seat and then sitting in my business owner seat, that is rewarding, is that you get to be a part of the community and have a platform to do good, and spread the positivity and spread love throughout your community and the world, and just lift people up, and hopefully that becomes contagious. So I'm big on manifestation and making things in my head come to life. I just talked about that when we launched our Go With All Your Smile charity, and then even kind of creating Lifetime Orthodontics. It's this is stuff I had in my head 7 years ago, and to see it actually come to life. And then that's the same thing with people's mouths. It's we sit there in the initial consultation and we say we're going to do this, and this, and then at that a year to 2 years later, to see it actually come to life and actually happen, and to see people walk out of here with that smile that we promised they would have, that is the advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hard to put an emotion with that, right? The disadvantage, I don't know. I guess I don't really, this is kind of a lame interview response. I have no weaknesses, but I don't really have a disadvantage of it, because my feeling is that the disadvantage, everything's in the story that we choose to tell about it. So, so I'm not going to say that there's any disadvantages.
That's good though. That's a good thing.
Yes,
That's really cool.
There's maybe some things that I don't care for, but that's all what I choose to tell myself about that, right?
Yes. No.
Just the change with the technology, we're constantly this job is getting more and more fun. We're just able to provide such better diagnostics and treatment to our patients, and to more patients. It's becoming more cost effective and cost efficient. I mean, cost efficient for me, which in turn is more cost efficient for the patient, and we're doing better quality treatment at a pretty decent rate. So for the profession as a whole, as for orthodontics, I think it's amazing. There's a lot of things. There's the do-it-yourself aligners. There's more corporate type of, probably something you don't understand at this point here, but there's these corporate places buying dental and orthodontic offices that are really controlling the way that we treat people. And it really, for someone who's a private practice owner like me, they have a lot more money, so they try to LB out of the paint and everything. But I think people are smart, especially in Macomb County, and I think that they understand, people care about their kids, and they understand the value that they're getting, and I think in time, the truth will always kind of reveal itself. So there's going to be challenges for the profession, but if you're adaptable, I think it will always be a great profession.
Yeah.
Just go an entire, I'll be here 16 hours someday, and I'll just completely lose track of time, and because I just love being engaged in the moment, and it's not just one thing. I mean, I said, it's awesome seeing an outcome come to life. It's fun interacting with the team. We have really fun morning huddles. I love seeing everybody's energy come in here. I love especially when someone walks in, when a team member having a bad day and they leave having an even better day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. There's so many things. I mean, it's just so dynamic. I think it's a rare profession where you just get that dynamic of a little bit of everything, and it's just, I couldn't narrow that down to just one single thing. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. You're trying to tend to everybody's needs at once, you know what I mean? And you want the best for patients, but then trying to accommodate their busy schedule. And like we said, we're trying to get better at that. Every orthodontist's struggle, not just here. And it's just, we want the best for patients and we don't want to come, right? We graduated top of our class, we did X, Y, and Z to get there.
Yeah.
That doesn't really change when you start working here. You still want the best. You also are a people person, so you feel for people, you want to be accommodating. So the biggest challenge is doing your best work while trying to meet the demands, sometimes high demands, of patients and their parents sometimes. I would just say that's probably the biggest challenge. I think a lot of orthodontists would say team. I'm really fortunate to be surrounded by some good people though. But I think probably 80% of orthodontists and dentists and probably any business owner would say managing, dealing with people.
Yeah. Why did you want to become an orthodontist?
This is a great question. Long story. I'm going to give you the cliff notes here. But so my father's an orthodontist. My uncle, who's 10 years younger than him, is an orthodontist. Yeah. It's funny, growing up, actually, an orthodontist was the last thing I wanted to be. Yeah. Oddly, I didn't know what I wanted to be, but I always had good grades. I was kind of lost. So, as I imagine most people are going into college, and I think it was going in from my sophomore to my junior year, I didn't know what I was doing. I took biology classes, I excelled at sciences and math. And so I took an aptitude test. And in that aptitude test, it was my counselor, and they told me that I would not be good. I was either not, I don't know, didn't have the right mind, or I wasn't designed to be a dentist or a physician. Well, that I remember kind of being the moment that catalyzed everything, because I don't really like people telling me what I can't do so much. Yeah. And I think it kind of uncovered what I really kind of knew inside all along.
So, how do you know what is the best plan for someone's teeth, and how do you figure out a plan for a patient?
Well, Chloe, that took me 11 and 12 years to learn, so I don't know that I can explain that all to you right now. But let me give you a summary. We look at people, we don't just look here, we look at the whole body. Yeah. Right? This is just one part of the whole person. So things we're looking at are function. Do we have good oral habits? Do we have a tongue tie? Can we breathe properly? Because kind of the form and the shape of your malocclusion meaning your crooked teeth, are usually because of some sort of function that is not quite centered or where it should be. So I always screen and I look for that first and foremost. To say that another way, I always look for the etiology or the root cause. So that's something we're always looking at. This is why we want to see kids as early as 3, 4, 5 years old. We're not doing braces or orthodontics, but we're looking for those types of things. Then we're looking at the biology, right? We're seeing what can we fit. Teeth need to stay inside bone. So you have some of these people say, I don't do extractions, I don't do expanders. Well, you're saying that every human is the same. And that's just, we know that's not true, right? So where can we provide, or where can we place teeth to put them in the best position to be stable, not a year from now, not 2 years from now, 10, 20, 30 years from now, right? So that's the goal. Where can we balance everything? And you can't always do that with everyone. There's compromises. And then the other factor is meeting the patient's needs. So there's actually what we can do, what they actually want to do, and what they're willing to do, and kind of making that customized plan for people. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Learn to love learning. Learn to just live in the moment every day. It's a long road, right? So if you don't enjoy, and even now, when you get out of school, it doesn't end. You're still kind of going here, right? And just learn to live this moment as the only moment that matters. Because if you start thinking ahead too far, you'll lose out on what you're doing right here before you, right? And so, and that can go back to where you're at right now. Like, yes, your long-term goal, I think it's great to have that written out, and everybody should. But have that written out, write out your roadmap, but then come back to right now and focus on the second and what I need to do to be the best version of myself in the second on that map, right? And just learn to appreciate. Don't get there too fast. Yeah. That would be my advice. So,
Just-
Chloe, this is the end of our interview. Chloe was so sweet. So sweet having Chloe in the office. She told me next Saturday is her competition, right? And so she's going to DM me on Instagram a picture of her holding this trophy or plaque or whatever they give her.
Yeah.
And we're going to celebrate and talk about how awesome orthodontics is. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in.